It's like a pebble beach.
Yeah, it's very gravelly.
And it's breezy. So, I don't know.
Hi, we're Mel and Jay. Together with our cat Benny, we're traveling the Baja Peninsula all the way to Cabo and back. Today we're taking you to the end of the rainbow at Bahia de Los Angeles, or Bay of Angels, where Jay comes face to face with stingrays. We test out our inflatable kayak, and I make us dessert.
So we just got gas in Gonzaga Bay. We've heard that sometimes you cannot get gas here. Sometimes they're out, but they had gas and diesel when we came through. You should note though that it was cash only, no credit cards. So you should bring your pesos with you.
Along the highway, we found a beautiful valley with hundreds of cactuses. We couldn't resist finding a small pullout to get the drone up. It was truly one of the most beautiful desert landscapes we've ever seen.
So we just pulled up here at La Gringa Beach in Bahia de Los Angeles. Seems kind of cool.
It's not the sand that I thought it was going to be. It's like a pebble beach.
Yeah, it's very gravelly.
And it's breezy. So, I don't know.
Good amount of wind.
Very clean.
Someone apparently comes by to collect like 100 pesos a night for like garbage cleanup and that. And Benny is making lots of noise. Hello. How's
want out?
Boo?
He's like, I'm ready, let's camp.
So we're gonna get the lay of the land, check things out a bit, but so far, I mean, look at that. Looks pretty beautiful.
What do you think of the new spot, Boo?
We're settling in here. It's such a beautiful spot. Should be noted, there is absolutely no cell signal.
All right, we're out here at the Bay of Los Angeles, also known as Bahia de Los Angeles. And Jay's gonna go for a dip. And we've got the thermometer. He's going to tell us how cold it is.
It is less than 20 degrees, I think. Actually, it's pretty close to 20.
Don't forget to stingray shuffle. Okay, be safe. And off he goes. There must be something interesting already.
Good morning, it's the next day. Let me give you a little camp tour. It's pretty basic, but it's beautiful. So, right over here is our trailer, of course. And if you look down this way, there's quite a few other campers this morning. But the beach just curves along, and then there's a little point here you can actually walk around that. And then we've got this beautiful bay in front of us here. And then the beach continues on this way. We've made some friends along here. It's been really, really nice. Absolutely no hookups. which is the way we kind of like it. Town is about 12 kilometers down the road along the bay over there. It takes about 22 minutes though to drive. The road is not a paved road the whole way. It's a bit bumpy, a little bit, dirt road, whatever. And the whole bay here area is a marine protected area. So some ladies will come by often just to make sure that everyone knows not to leave trash around and not to pollute the water and everything. Lots of stingrays though. So if you're going into here, anywhere where there's sand, do the stingray shuffle. Lots of birds, of course, and yeah, just hang out, enjoy.
Pump it up.
All right, we've pumped it up. Our maiden Mexican voyage.
It's a gorgeous morning here. The water is calm, it's super crystal clear.
The pelicans are waiting for us. All right, let's take it to the water.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cold.
What do you think?
Oh, we're just bobbing along. It's super calm out here and like extra quiet.
I'm getting wetter than I would like to be. Because the water keeps coming off the paddle, and I'm not quite sure how to fix that.
Oh, I just saw a fish jump.
The bay has 2 Pemex gas stations, and they both had gas and diesel available, although we heard that's not always the case. We brought extra gas in jerry cans as a precaution. You know what time it is? Guac o'clock.
Yes, we've just been to the little market, and it was a really good market actually. Like one of the better ones we've been to so far. The avocados are huge. Like this is one avocado.
Yeah, and I was looking in the fridge at some of the avocados and I felt them and I'm like, oh, that's way too soft. I felt like squishy in my hand. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if they'll be any good. And then we went over to the ones that were on the counter and they were like pretty hard, like probably have to wait a week for them to be ready. And a local lady came up to us.
She was like, these ones, no good. They're too hard. She's like, you gotta go with, there's more in here in the fridge.
In Spanish. And she went over and she like actually picked one out of the fridge. And I was like, oh, I tried to like explain to her, like not too squishy. And she's like, oh, es bueno, es bueno.
Es bueno, es bueno. We're like, okay, we'll take your word for it. We hope it's a good one. And it's a great one.
Yeah, it's perfect. So
yeah.
Now I know the fridge ones you want to be a little bit squishy.
They're ready for guacamole.
And the wind is light enough that we can have our awning out. It's perfect right now because it just blocks the sun from our eyes.
Until you sit down. I don't know. It's actually, yeah, it's pretty good. I think we need to guaca cheers. I like these chips. They're nice and little.
Guaca cheers.
Guaca cheers.
What am I doing? I forgot cerveza.
Oh.
All right, problem fixed.
I think I could eat that like every day for lunch while we're here. It's just so good. I think we need more.
Yeah, I think we should have bought like 5 avocados at least and a couple more bags of chips. All right, see if you can keep up with me.
Of course, after every kayak trip with an inflatable, we have to deflate. And that's what Jay's doing.
You've got to get every millimeter of air out of this.
We are going on an adventure. We are going way over there. Ready, honey?
I'm ready.
Oh, you're right behind me. This is not the right hat for the wind, but this is the perfect hat for this amount of sun.
On a walk like this, you always have to be really mindful of the tide, because where we're walking right now is actually water during high tide. Got a little bit of a river to cross.
Look how it looks red, the rocks.
Yeah, it's a very like rust colored.
There is a little bit of an odor on this side of the beach.
Much different conditions on this side. It's so sheltered in the bay, and now we've got like a pretty strong breeze on us. Got our own little private beach here. Now we need to cross this little river. I think here's probably the best spot. Chilly?
Yeah.
All right, and then it gets a little deeper here, but then you're like nearly there. All right, you made the river crossing.
I'm refreshed.
Whoa, that door. We got a big windstorm going on, so that means it's time for Cooking with Mel.
And tonight, we've already had dinner, so we're going to do dessert. It's roasted plantains with Mexican goat milk caramel and nuts. Also known as plátanos machos asados con cajeta y nueces? It reminds me a lot of how we would do roasted plantains in the Caribbean when we lived there. So I'm starting with some pretty ripe looking plantains, but the blacker they are, the sweeter they are. So if you've never had plantains before, if you're buying them fairly green or very yellow, they're gonna be more of a savory dish. You can roast those up and put them with rice and beans. Whereas if you buy some that are like almost black, then they're gonna be a bit sweeter. It's like I'm opening its coat. Cutting, said plantano. Platano? Now we just need to roast them. I want my pan to get fairly hot because I just kind of want to sear them. Get them all separated. Whoop! They're slippery little suckers. Look at this. So while those are doing their thing, we're going to toast the nuts. And I've got walnuts. You could also use pecans, the recipe said, or almonds. And I like walnuts because they break easily. I can just do it with my hands. And then I'm gonna turn on the other pan and we're just gonna gently toast those up. I'm really intrigued to try this. It's caramel made with goat's milk. Now we're gonna do some creative plating. How much would you like, honey?
Lots.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Whoa. That really gloops. Just a few. And that's it. It's that easy. And it's almost healthy. Okay, this has a lot of caramel on it. That's like eating banoffee pie.
We're making this again. Well, it's early morning, and man, that wind got crazy last night. As you can see, our trailer got just a little bit smaller in here. We had to bring in the slide. The slide topper was just flapping and flapping, and that's not good. The complicated thing with that is we usually run the Starlink cable under the slide. So now I've had to put it through the window here. I just opened it kind of a crack and then taped it up with our new fancy no residue tape. So that seemed to work pretty good. I mean, it's all sealed and the cable is in a slightly inconvenient spot, but you know. The wind has died down this morning, so we are going to put the slide out again. Well, it's nice to have a little bit more space again. But another issue is that our slide is not going out straight anymore.
That's super frustrating because we just had that redone. Down with the slides, next rig, I'm telling ya.
So we've been showing you a Baja with perfect, beautiful weather, but we wanted to show you that sometimes it's not perfect. Today is kind of pelting, misty rain, gusty winds.
But it made for a beautiful sunrise with a huge rainbow. So yesterday when we were doing our little walk around the point here at the beach, we met Matt from Finbom.
He was out fishing yesterday and caught some, I think, spotted sea bass. And they gave us some all filleted and everything.
This is just like the coolest thing about our trip is that we have been meeting so many different people from all different places. They said, put the spices in first. So shake that around, spice your fish first, and then add some oil to it.
And then we should cover it up. We don't have a lid, so we just kind of have to use this tin foil. Oh.
Done. I think Benny's gonna want a piece. Is Benny gonna be our taste tester? Can you shake? Good boy. I think he wants more. I think it's good.
Like shake, shake, shake. I'll shake more. Well, thank you again, Matt and Jess. That night it got very windy again, so we hosted a wind party where we somehow managed to get 8 people in our living room, and Mel baked cookies.
Well, that wraps up today's video, but next week we will be coming to you from Mulahey and Bahia de Concepcion, one of the most beautiful beach areas in all of Mexico.
And I got that on camera.
And you know, it's just not quite windy enough that we... No, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Benny is safely stowed in the trailer.
Stowed.
Make sure you don't miss the next video by liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.